How are you guys? How are you doing? This is Shocks and this is Shocks Capital FX YouTube channel. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you a strategy that I use when trading these synthetic indices, and it is all to do with order blocks. So order blocks are your answer, guys. If you are struggling, watch this video till the end and I'll show you how to spot the order blocks that work and which order blocks you're going to be looking for on your chart. So stay with me as I explain this strategy. So what we are going to begin with is this. We are going to start with the cycle that I have shown in some of my videos, right? So if we are looking at this, you clearly see that we have two sides of this cycle, right? We have this bullish cycle and we have the bearish cycle. This being the change of these cycles, where you are going to see what we called shift of market structure and what we also call break of structure or change of character, whatever term you would want to use. But the most important thing is for you to know what you're looking for at what point and at what level on the chart. So what you are seeing here is the bullish cycle, where price is going up using market structure. You can clearly see that price is breaking the highs. Then when you come here, you can clearly see that price has started breaking the lows. So this would easily be the downtrend and this the uptrend. So I want to teach you to trade order blocks that you see on this side like this, and to avoid trading order blocks that looks like this at an order block from another cycle. And I want you to avoid trading those order blocks on the other cycle. Like for example, you take this order block in this area and try to trade it up here. So on this end, I want you to be trading order blocks that you see on this side of the chart. So if you go back to our charts, you can clearly see that we have that as I was explaining to you, where you see this uptrend and this downtrend. And if you come here again, you can clearly, if you divide here, you can clearly see a downtrend and an uptrend. What I'm trying to tell you is to trade order blocks that you are going to be seeing on this end of the chart, where you are going to be marking order blocks in this end, where you are going to be following the order flow of the orders that are in the marketplace, right? And I want you to be avoiding order blocks that are like this. I want you to avoid trading short here. You understand what I'm saying? So if you are looking at this, if you are seeing this order block, right, you can clearly see that if you extend this order block, some of you might or would have traded this buy here. I want you to desist from that and trade these order blocks where you are going with the trend and with the flow. That being said, let's just delete everything on this chart and we start again, and I explain the strategy that I want you guys to be using. So as soon as you spot a change of character in this order blocks, and in this particular point, as you can see, you clearly see that you have order blocks that are sticking out on the chart. Remember what I always say, you have to trade order blocks that are Instagram worthy, order blocks that you would want to post on Instagram for your followers to see, for your followers to comment with the fire emojis or things like that. So this is what you are seeing. All right, you have a break of structure here and a very clear order block, and this is the retest of the order block that you'd want to trade downwards. And if you look at these, you clearly see that there is no order block that is Instagram worthy in this area. So you'd want to avoid any of those order blocks, and you'd want to pick this one as your order block. Why? Because it has taken out a structure, it has taken out liquidity, and if it takes out liquidity on the other side of the cycle, it's an added advantage, or it's more admirable to be taking that trade, or it's more suitable for you to be taking that as a high probability trade. So what I want you to do is to look at these order blocks on the higher time frame like this, and go on the lower time frame and refine this order block and be taking as you go. As soon as it turns, you take the trade. As soon as it reverses, you take the trade. So what I want you to be doing, guys, is this. It's very simple. What I want you to be doing here is very simple, right? So I want you, remember, we are looking at this order block, right? This is volatility 75H1, and we want to go to the M15 or the M5 and try to see what happens on this order block as this prints. So number one, what you'd want to do, if you go on the M5, or the M15, you want to be marking the what, the order block that is inside the what, the H1 order block, as you can see here, and wait for your confirmations like this, and you'll be taking that trade. So what you see here is price moving up to the what, to the order block, and you can clearly also see that we have some liquidity resting below this one, this double bottom, and this pattern is what you want to see. When price prints that pin or that railroad track, you take your trade at this particular one, at this particular point. Your stop loss is going above the what, the zone, and this is what your trade would look like if you are lucky, or if you take that trade and it goes into your favor. So these are the order blocks that you'd want to see. So let's go and look at volatility V51S. So if you look at this, this is what, this is your order block, and this is the retest of what, your order block. So I know by now you understand how to pick these order blocks, as I explained. So this is the other part of the cycle, and this is the other part of the cycle where you are looking at this order block after breaking this what, these lows, or taking out that liquidity that is resting on the other side of the what, of the cycle. And this is the order block that we are going to be looking at on the what, on the lower time frame. So if you go here, we are also going to look at this order block. So let's start with what, with this order block that you see in this what, in this area, right, this one, and let's go to the what, to the M15. So the M15 looks like this. This is the area where that we have marked or not on H1. And if you come here, you clearly see that if you are to mark an order block in this area, this would be your order block. Then you come here, you see price doing this, and it's one of two things that would have happened here. Either you would have traded this, so this would not be advisable. What? Because would want to see a lot of what, a lot of activity on the order block, a lot of waiting, right? So remember, on the order block, the raw of price, or what the dealer is doing is taking out orders, is filling out orders, right? So you wouldn't want a situation where price just gets into the order blocks and goes. On the lower time frame, on the high time frame, it can happen, right? But on the lower time frame, you want to see some activity. You want to see a group of candlesticks that will be raising on what, that will be resting on that order block. So on the M15, this is what we are seeing, and these are all the order blocks that you are seeing resting on this one, on this area. So you'd want to see a move or an inducement in that area, and once you see a price breaking out of that zone by this one, by this second candlestick, this is a very good one, a very good confirmation to go down. So I will also do a video where I will just show you the entries that you'd want to see on the what, on these indices, and how you would want to capitalize on that. So as you are seeing here, this is what you are seeing, and this would be the confirmation of what, of your sell order. Why? Because you have taken out all these, and if you want to be conservative, you would want to take your trade using market structure as price is moving away from that zone. But this is what I would want to see for me to get into this one, into this trade. Let's go back to the H1, and let's look at this order block. Firstly, we're going to be looking at we're going to be looking at this first retest, then we'll look at this second retest and see the similarities and what we'd want to see, right? So this is what you would want to see. So I personally, I would have taken this trade after this pin as confirmation to go up, and I would have my stop loss just below this zone, and I would have taken this, and I would have taken my profit at this particular area, at this high, right? At this high that you see. So I would have taken this first trade, and if price moved back again into this zone, I would have taken also this trade at this railroad track printing, and I would have capitalized on that too. So if you go to the H1 again, we are going to be seeing another order block that would have taken advantage of in this what, in this mode. So you go back to the what, to the M15 or the M5, depending on what you are doing. So as you can clearly see from here, price did not actually retest this order block. So you and me would have missed this what, would have missed this trade. And for my price section, guys, do you see what is happening in this area where you are seeing this is more of a, what do you call it, a pennant, a flag, or whatever you call it. This is the pole, and this is the flag, break and retest. See what we are doing here. My price action, guys, you see what is happening here. And those guys who are not seeing this are, I don't know what you are seeing, but this is more of a flag, and some of you guys would have taken this trade. Very beautiful setup there that you are seeing on the on the M15 on V51s. Guys, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you're going to be using this in your trades, or you're going to be adding this to your technical arsenal and seeing some results in your trading. This is Shocks, and I'm out. I hope this was helpful. Trade what you see.